Good morning.
Good morning. Welcome back.
It's Friday.
Happy Friday. We are Graceful Balance Wellness. Welcome. This is Allison Groft. I'm Brittany Eady. We are coming to you today from our South Hanover office, and we're located at 1310 Baltimore Street in South Hanover, Pennsylvania. At the end of our last live, we lost sound. There's the word. Yeah, we lost sound, so we apologize for that. And it's because I have a time limit set on my Facebook account, so I don't doom scroll. So
is that normal?
So it told me that my time was up.
I do like that boundary you set. I'm proud of you.
So the couple of questions that you didn't get to hear from Allison is what we're going to start with today. So what is one thing that you're learning right now?
I mean, on
dive right into it.
Something that I'm learning right now, it's something I got to talk to my mentor about yesterday, but it's the narrow road of obedience for me has opened up in abundance, and just learning that in real time has been super special to me, because it did not feel great to walk that narrow road, to go through the pruning and go through all of the things that don't feel great about what you're doing. And then you see the proof of God's goodness. So that's something I'm learning right now.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And what's your favorite podcast?
So my favorite author is Brene Brown, and she had a podcast called Unlocking Us. It's kind of dormant right now, so that makes me sad, but I have kind of fell on Simon Sinek. He leads the podcast called A Bit of Optimism. And it's for leadership, but it's a lot about friendship, and friendship is super important to me. If you are in my orbit at all, I talk about friendship a lot. So I really like what he contributes with content.
Yeah, good. I haven't listened to that, but I'll have to check it out.
Yeah.
So I'm going to throw one out there. Are you watching the Olympics?
I have watched some of the Olympics.
And what's your go-to for Winter Olympics?
My go-to Winter Olympic sport? You know, I really like when they go downhill super fast and then they aim for it. Somebody can tell me what that's called, but doesn't that feel like just launching yourself into the day? Yeehaw! I feel like that's my one. How about you?
I always go for the snowboarding where they do all the tricks, or the figure skating. I can remember sitting as a little girl and just watching figure skating all winter. So that's my go-to.
I can barely stand up.
And they're backflip. I don't know how they do it. It's amazing. So if you won a gold medal in life, what would it be for?
Sarcasm count? A gold medal. So I feel my gold medal might be awarded to my reactions to things. So I don't know exactly what that's called. We've talked about that. It's almost like a controlled reaction, so most would call that a response. But to give you an example, I was weed whacking this summer and hit a rock and just absolutely shattered my sliding glass door. And my Ring camera caught this event. And my reaction was, well, there's that. And I just continued to weed whack. So I feel like that is a bit of a superpower and a gold medal worthy, if I can get my words out.
Mine would be yours? Hitting the snooze in the morning.
We're still doing
that 3 times today. It's gotten better. So it's not, we're down from 5. Last week was 5, right?
Right.
3 today.
I like the progress.
And probably overcommitting. Working on that.
Yeah.
I'm working on that.
Yeah. So now you have me interested in what their gold medals in life would be. If you guys could drop them in the comments for us and let us know what your gold medal worthy talent is today in honor of the Olympics. Yeah. You know, we definitely have to give a little shout out to our friends who have given us everything on our beverage cart today. I do love that.
We have half of Hanover with us.
We do have half of Hanover. So we have Ohana Bowl and Smoothie Bar. They are actually running its special this weekend. It's 2 smoothies for $10 or 2 bowls for $20. I didn't even know that. I just went over because I love it there. So I have a I'll see you later. You have pineapple sunrise.
She brought the smoothies this morning. I brought the tea and coffee. So We have Britain this morning, and look, we have West Mannheim Elementary with us, and these cute little
social media tags. It's a kindness challenge.
Yeah.
I personally like mine. It tells me that I'm funny. So
mine says to be kind, and you got this. So we've got today.
We've got today in the bag. And what sweater are you wearing then?
Oh yeah, and Ren and Bluebird. Cute little boutique downtown. Go check that out.
We didn't even try it.
We just showed up with half of Hanover today. So.
So thank you, Britain. Thank you, Ohana. Thank you, Ren and Bluebird. Thank you, West Mannheim. You guys are awesome. Yeah. So we've been chatting about what's normal. But before we dive into that, what's going on around here at Graceful Balance?
Yeah, so we heard some questions that you guys have messaged us, and we have those all written down, and we're going to be talking about those a little bit today. Things that are going on around Graceful Balance is we have some really cool workshops coming up this spring, and they will be released over the next month or so. And the next thing that we have coming up here at our Hanover office is our Holy Alignment class, which is a Christian-based movement and yoga class. And that's led by Missy Hussey, and she is an amazing person if you know her. So we're really excited to have her as part of our team as well. And then we have our Women's Wellness Conference coming up in May, which we're really excited about. And so we'll be sharing more about that as the time gets closer as well.
Yeah, that one's going to be a good time. Yeah. I remember that from last year, so I'm super excited about that one. So I have a question for you. It's one that gets asked quite a bit. And I'm hoping you can kind of give some people some clarity about it. So how is Graceful Balance different?
Yeah. So let me just start out by saying that we are different than what's going on around us, but we are not saying that we are better than anybody else. We are not. There are so many incredible practices and incredible therapists in our area, many of whom that we are friends with and have on our referral list, and we love them. And they're doing amazing work in our community. But what's different about us is the intentionality behind how we integrate mind, body, and spirit. We don't just view people through one lens, and we don't separate faith and mental health. We look at the whole person, including their nervous system, what's going on with their physical health, what's going on with their mental health, relational health, their life rhythms, all together. And this makes us multidisciplinary. So we have therapists, of course. We have nutritionists. We have a functional medicine nurse. We have coaches. We have a somatic regulation. We have EMDR, nature therapy, all things. And so we have this collaborative team, which is just beautiful. And we have this because healing doesn't fit into a box. Like there's no one size fits all for everybody. And so we are able to make care fit the person, not the other way around. And for clients who desire that, we integrate faith in a way that's invitational, not forced, which is something that is really beautiful and we love. And we love to integrate scripture and nervous system science, neuroscience, all the things. And scripture actually backs that up, which is really cool. Yeah. So we built Graceful Balance to feel like a place that is safe and where a whole person is welcomed, not just their diagnosis.
Right.
So that's kind of
and just
different.
You know, from your own experience, my own experience is when you walk in, you get a therapist, which is phenomenal, and I use that same service for myself, but it doesn't necessarily tie into what I'm doing physically or, you know, nutrition-wise, or why does my body feel the way that it does when I see that same thing. So it's a welcomed thing that I hear a lot on our intakes and our consultation calls, but I love that you kind of laid that out for everybody. Is there anything more than what you said that's important to know about how we're different?
I just love the idea that people get a team. Like when they come in, it's all under one roof. Like you get a collaborative team who cares about you and who looks at each part of you, and then we can kind of look at what's gonna be most effective for you instead of the guesswork. Right?
And what you have done to lead that in a seamless way is made all the sessions the same amount of time and the same cost, right? And so it kind of behooves you to be able to use it in whatever modality you want to and whatever speed you want to use it in. It's customizable. So
absolutely.
That's cool.
Yeah.
So why don't you take insurance?
Yeah, so
it's the biggest question.
This is the biggest question that we get, and it's a fair question. It really is. And there's nothing wrong with wanting to use your insurance for therapy. Like I said, there are many people who need that option, and there are many providers who provide therapy this way, and there's nothing wrong with that. However, for us, we chose to be out of network, and this was about protecting quality of care, pace of care, and our clinicians. And insurance companies require a diagnosis. They often limit session frequency or say how long you can be seen. They dictate treatment timelines. They require ongoing justification. It becomes a lot. It's a lot it's like a second job.
Right.
And we also believe that people are more than their diagnosis. And so I don't like to slap a label on somebody if we don't have to. And this model of insurance can also create pressure to move faster than somebody's ready for.
Yeah.
You know, in past when I've worked for other people, like for example, they wanted to use insurance or EAP or whatever, they get 3 sessions. How are we supposed to? How are we supposed to work with that, right? You barely get to know each other.
Pedal to the metal on that one. Wow.
You know, so for that reason, it doesn't allow us to do the integrative care that we're our model
just don't mesh well.
It doesn't mesh well.
Yeah.
Yes. So because we integrate somatic work, we integrate assessments, and we have this multidisciplinary approach, we need the freedom around care. So and not around billing requirements.
Right. Okay.
So this was a clinical decision, and for clients who want to use their insurance, we can provide super bills for therapy and sometimes nutrition, depending on your insurance and what they, you know, if you have out-of-network benefits, you can certainly access those, and we'll help you do that. But there's also a layer to this that's really important to me, and that is the health of our providers. The health of our providers is utmost important. Burnout in mental health is incredibly high, and people don't last very long. And when clinicians are pressured to see a high number of clients just to make numbers work for them, they burn out. Their presence isn't as good, their depth isn't as good, their longevity isn't good, and so we want our therapists to be regulated, we want them to be rested, we want them to hold space for both their clients and their family. Family always comes first here at Graceful Balance, right? If you are not, if things aren't well at home, then we want you to get them well at home, and then come and do your thing here, but that has to come first. And so our providers aren't rushed, and they don't burn out, and therefore they're able to provide better care for our clients. So being out of network allows us to protect pace, protect quality, protect provider well-being, and ultimately protect the client experience. So we know this isn't right for everybody, and that's okay. But for those that value what we value, it really is a beautiful model. So.
That's so important. Even as an intern, like moving through a university, that is the biggest thing that they hope resonates with us, is that self-care is of utmost importance, because how can we help others if we are struggling ourselves, right? And so that doesn't take all of our trials and tribulations away, but it does allow us to recognize that our health and our wellness is what helps our patient or our client in the long run. And so Graceful Balance does a really good job of making sure that that's first and foremost. And part of that is not taking insurance, is what I'm hearing you say. So you do a great job of leading that. I gotta tell you, she does. That is something that is very important to you. For sure. We asked a question to all of you this week.
Got our list here.
And we loved your responses. So, you know, a lot of people want to know, they want to feel validated in their experience. And it's not to minimize it, but it's to let them know that we have these conversations so that you understand that we're more alike than we are different. We all have these unique qualities, but we have a common shared human experience where things happen, and we wonder if it's normal. So we asked you, is it normal if, and had you finish those questions for us? And what did you hear?
So we'll start off with a little joking one, because this is what we were joking with back and forth. Is it normal if I talk back to my Alexa in the morning and she tells me the temperature outside?
So to be fair, I'm not going to say who submitted that one, but she's on my nerves. I have my Alexa wake me up in the morning with an alarm and then a routine, and she tells me the weather, and she has not got out of the single digits, and I'm not a fan. I would really prefer it to be above my age, and then higher, and then that. So yes, I talk back to her. I also give the navigation a little bit of a hard time sometimes, but I will say that my navigation, neither one of them ever talk back. So I do appreciate that. Do you talk to yours?
Well, I don't have an Alexa. Yeah.
But I don't have to help her with that.
But I did talk to that darn groundhog that said we're going to have a winter.
Phil. Somebody grilled him, I'm pretty sure. Because that snow that fell weeks ago is still out there.
Still here.
So yeah. I'm not a fan. But yes, that's why I talk back to my Alexa. Oh my gosh.
On a little more serious note, is it normal if you have peace about something but it doesn't feel good?
Just had this conversation this week. So my first response to that is peace a feeling, right? Does it have to feel good to be an appropriate feeling? And peace can coexist with the realities that we face, right? So there are things that I have acquired peace about, but I didn't necessarily love the result of what I was walking out. There are things like not being invited to something that you can have peace about, but you would have rather been invited, right? Divorce comes up a lot in that. You can have peace in your decision, but know ultimately that the direction you needed to go may have been in a different direction than you ultimately expected life to go with. Are there examples that you have as far as
I was
peace?
just thinking like peace is more for me of clarity, of like a direction that I need to go, and it doesn't always equal comfort.
Yes.
And if you're a client of mine for any length of time, you'll hear me say that comfort does not equal happiness, because oftentimes growth is uncomfortable. And so peace,
squirm in your chest.
Peace gives you that clarity of like, okay, that's the direction I need to go, but it's not always comfortable.
It's not always feel good.
I was just thinking of like times like you can feel sad and still be obedient to where God's calling you. And like when I left a job, I had so many like great friendships there, and I still talk to them. They're still some of my best friends.
Yeah.
I was sad about leaving them, but I was feeling peace about leaving the job, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I think that's even if you take it and make it more of a layman's term, that bittersweet concept, right? Like you can have peace about something, but it's also true that you could be sad, mad, angry, disappointed, feeling left out, and those are all things in it. But I love that you use the word clarity. Peace brings clarity for sure. Absolutely. Yeah, and that aligns with the character of God, right? So we know him to not be of confusion. So he brings clarity to the situation. It doesn't mean that he expunged what's happening. So love that. How about this? Is it normal when healing feels slow?
Yes. We live in a go, quick fix it world. They want, people want the result.
I call it Amazon Prime.
In
Prime 2 days,
we
you'll
live
have
in an Amazon Prime world. But I want you to think about this. When you think about the things that you're coming maybe to Graceful Balance or another practice for, did that develop overnight? Or has it been 10 years? Has it been 20 years? Did your coping styles develop in a week? No.
Right.
And so it's not going to be fixed after one session, right? And so healing takes time, and it's often little changes over a longer period of time. And those are the changes that actually last. Those quick fixes, they're out there, and you might get a result, but it's not going to last.
Yeah.
And we know that.
I'm going to piggyback that one real quick with something that popped up in our group this week. We hold a group every Tuesday from 9:30 to 11 at Ohana, and the group is phenomenal. They're doing a great job of using the book Untangle Your Emotions by Jenny Allen. And one of the things that came up was, is it normal to feel exhausted after therapy? And she does a great job of explaining it, but what's your take on that?
Yeah, I mean, you hold all of this tension, you hold all of this emotion for so long, and then when you decide to tell somebody, it's like this huge release in your body, and it's like I can finally breathe. And I always tell people, especially with EMDR, we'll talk about that in another live, but especially with EMDR, you're going to want to go home and take a nap. Like, that's normal.
Pass out. Right.
Right. Because it's this huge release, a cathartic release in your body.
I remember feeling like it was kind of like 10 rounds with Mike Tyson, you know, like when you first get in there, because it's stuff that you've held on to and you've kept hidden, or you've concealed or coped with or controlled as you read in that book. But and then you finally really, and it's like you fought to even let it out. And so even that can be exhausting. And so that's a really good question that was submitted, but also brought forth in our group.
Yeah, and I think it's something to do with relief too. Like you just, when you release it finally with somebody, you know that you're not alone. And we hold on to it for so long because we think we're the only ones, right? We think that, you know, we tend to think, myself included, that the world revolves around us, right? And that everybody's looking at us, like we're the only ones feeling this way. But when we really are brave enough, right? It takes a lot of courage to find another person into your story. You find that you're not alone.
So, love that. I love that. That's something to sit with. So this is another one that came in. Is it normal if I love God, but I still struggle with anxiety?
Absolutely, yes.
I'm going to lean in for that. Yes. Yes. I don't think anxiety has a bias on anyone. Yeah. I'm just going to go ahead and put that right out there.
Anxiety does not equal spiritual failure. It does not mean...
Say that again.
Anxiety does not equal spiritual failure.
Yes.
It does not mean that your faith is weak. It does not mean that you are not praying enough. It means that your body is it's acting the way God designed it. It's reacting that way for a reason. And so God designed our bodies to respond to anxiety, trauma, stress in a certain way. Fight or flight response. Our brain is built to protect us. And that's what your body's doing.
Right. Yeah. And one of the things we keep talking about as we wrap back around to emotions a lot of time is in the book, we have referenced our emotions and anxiety. Are all these things a sin? And it's what you do with them that could become a sin, right? And so that doesn't mean you're separated from God. It means that's a time to lean into his presence, right? Just heard this morning a little piece on knowing that you're going through a struggle is your opportunity to get closer to God. That is an opportunity that's actually prayed for. If you're praying like, hey, I want to be closer with you, and a struggle comes, there's an invitation in that to lean into him.
And I don't know about you, but for me, in my most trying times is when I've felt him the closest.
Oh, yeah.
Like he's met me
on a puddle on the floor.
Yes. In the mess, right? And when we look through the Bible, you see that too. It's like he's meeting people right where they are in the sadness, in the anxiety, in the take me from here, Lord, I'm done.
Save my soul. Yeah. We did have one about parenting. I'll let you read that one.
Is it normal as parents to desire time away from your children?
Yes. It is. I don't know how to broadcast this loud enough as a mother of 4. I love my children, and you all do. Every parent does. Moms, dads, even grandparents love their kids. But when you signed up for parenthood, you did not decide to hand in your identity, right? It wasn't an exchange. So you didn't get to abandon who you are just because you also added the role or the hat of motherhood to that, or fatherhood. You need your own time. I definitely know that I need my own time. I don't know about you. Who else is sitting in their car in the driveway just for a couple minutes?
That was me texting you the other day, right?
Like, because you just need a minute. But that beyond that, not just the minutes here and there, but doing things that bring you joy, doing things that tend to and care for the person that you are super important, and that has nothing to do with how good of a mother or father that you are.
And listen, we're preaching to the choir because between us we have 8 kids. 4 and 4, and so
and mom guilt is a thing.
Mom guilt is real. But you also need to have your own thing, and your own people, like people who get it, and healthy friendships and community, and
yes, you need that. So this is let me write it out. This is your permission slip to not have to be with your children 24/7 in order to prove in some way that you are a great parent. You're already a great parent, but don't forget that there's a you inside of there.
Right?
Yeah.
And we have to be healthy in order to lead them well,
Yep.
right? And
Can't pour from the empty.
if we're burnt out in parenthood, motherhood, then
That's when things get a little spicy.
it gets a little spicy, yes.
Like it gets a little saucy at the dinner table, and when the book bag's in the middle of the hallway, you know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about.
Or the glitter.
Oh my gosh. I know that glitter was invented by Satan himself. So yesterday, we just have to fill you in. Brittany left for just a couple minutes, took her eyes off of her kids, came back, and glitter had adorned your entire
kitchen island all over the floor. And I just went,
oh, gold medal in response. Yes.
I was really proud of that response. I did not flip out.
I always like to say, what did you really want to say? Because I like that version. Oh my. Well, we have time for some rapid fire questions, and I'm going to start with you.
Yes.
So, what has been your most impactful personal counseling moment? Like a takeaway.
Yeah, a takeaway for me was realizing that faith and mental health can coexist. And so for the longest time, I thought like, oh, if my faith is strong, then I don't necessarily need counseling, and there's probably something wrong. Why am I feeling this way? You know, and even as a counselor, like, you know, an early, you know, knowing that and feeling that way and feeling that tension, but really finding that scripture backs up science. Mental health and scripture can go together.
Yeah.
And for me, it was really finding a counselor, a Christian-based counselor who could speak my faith language and pray for me and hold space for me in that way. And so that really made all the difference in my life.
I love that. Love
How
it.
about for you? Do you have an answer for that one?
I think I have a couple nuggets in there, but counseling for me has the biggest takeaway in it, I would say, is recognizing that things I saw as maybe flaws or something that was perceived as negative from early on was reframed or restructured for me to show up in how I view the world now and how I move about this space, and they've actually become my greatest strength.
Yes.
Yeah. So
That's beautiful.
Yeah, that would be my biggest takeaway. So, what's your biggest pet peeve, Brittany?
Chewing with your mouth open. Like, or the sound of chewing in general. Like,
That doesn't bother anybody else, does it?
I self-diagnosed myself. What's it called? Mesophobia or something like that. I can't even think of the word right now.
Mesophobia? I think that's what it's called.
The chewing.
It's oh gosh, that makes me not want to even go anywhere with anybody right now. Okay, love that. Would you rather be able to speak every language or be able to talk to animals?
I want to talk to animals because I own dachshunds, and if you know anything about dachshunds, they are the most judgy dogs ever, and he just looks at me sometimes. And that like side eye me, and I'm like, what? Like, I want to know what he's thinking.
I want to know why you are so judgy right now. I definitely wonder that about my own dog. That's a good point. I'm like, I know you're not looking at me like that. Like, what's your problem? I do get it. All right, so if your life had a theme song, what would it be?
This one's hard. Like, I'm into Forrest Frank right now. You know?
Okay.
Let's
have a celebration.
All the things, like his whole playlist. Like,
right.
I'm thinking Your Way's Better, because it always is. And so,
Amen.
like, throughout my life, when I've tried to do my own thing, it hasn't turned out the way I wanted it to. But
that one I love to dig into. You know,
when I do what he's asking me to do, it's oftentimes turns out a little better. So.
All right, coffee or tea?
Tea, for sure.
Aww.
Yes. Yeah. What's your? I love Earl Grey. My go-to drink is the London Fog.
Okay. Drop it in the comment. Coffee or tea?
Yeah, what's your favorite?
That's like the ultimate. Which would you rather? But.
Yeah.
All right, I'm ready.
You ready?
I'm ready.
What's one thing bringing you joy this week?
Ooh, honestly, client breakthroughs. I know that's such a therapist answer, but this week has been phenomenal with clients just feeling trusted and safe enough in the space to just let something go that they've literally been white knuckling. That and trusting that they do have the skill to be able to go and do the thing that we're asking them to do. Because I'll be honest with you guys, I know this is a long-winded answer, but your work isn't done in this room.
Yes.
Like, we discuss it in this room, but your work is not done here. The work is actually happening outside of these walls, and that's the whole purpose of it. And so I got a text this morning, like, oh my gosh, I had the conversation, it went so well, it would just shed light on it, and I was like, amen. So that brings me joy this week, for
That's
sure.
such a good point. I always tell people, you can come here every week, but if you don't do anything outside of here, right, that's going to change. And so you hold that ability to change your life.
Yeah. And they're so excited. I'm just here for them. They're so excited about their own growth that it can't not be joyful.
Yeah. It's amazing to see those breakthroughs through.
I love it. Yeah.
All right. What is the most played song on Spotify for you?
So when Spotify wrapped in 2025, my most played song was Sound Mind. And that's not a mainstream song. It's by Corey Miller, and he's a part of Red Rocks Worship. That song is very near and dear to my heart. A good friend of mine and I really like Red Rocks Worship, and they are a group of worship leaders that are from Colorado. And they were down in Tennessee, and we were like, hey, want to go? And so we drove down, and if I ever get a chance to kind of have your ear for a second, that is a huge part of my testimony with God. And I now wear it around my neck every day, that the word Sound Mind. It's from 2 Timothy 1, verse 1-7. And it's about how we're given the spirit of, not given a spirit of fear, but of power and of love and of a sound mind. And so it was a really impactful moment for me, and has become something that now adorns, my social media page, my neck, my life in general. And so that is a song that I go to all the time. Yeah.
Morning person or night
You
owl?
know this song. So the yin to the yang here is that I love the morning.
Like not.
It was nothing for me as I was training for marathons in the past to be up at 3 o'clock in the morning and running by 3:30. I know that's absurd to most.
Snooze.
For the first time. But, it has definitely gotten later. I substituted the miles for the academics with my latest endeavor through counseling. But I have really learned to value that time in the morning. I front load my day with that quiet time because I know I need it. And if I don't have it, I can feel that difference in my day. So definitely more. I'm that one that's like Tigger, like bounces right out of bed. Catch me after 9.
That's me. That's my prime time.
Catch me after 9, and I'm not the same girl. It's like when you get in your car, like you were jamming out, you turn the car off, you get back in, you're like, woo, girl, I'm not the same as I was. That's what happens about 9 o'clock.
Love it. You kind of touched on this earlier, but your superpower.
Yeah, my superpower would definitely be that response to things. I would also say it has a lot to do with patience. I don't know that I'm patient with everything, but children in particular, they can do a lot around me, and I'm not easily rattled by that. So it's not lost on me that God gave me triplets because of that. Yeah, so there's that.
If you had to be an animal, what would it be?
I really had to think about this. I was telling Brittany that I love to see the world from above, but I'm not a huge fan of birds. Sorry for all of you that love birds. So I settled on the sugar glider, which is like a little flying kind of like squirrel. It's cute, big eyes.
Yep.
I can relate. But just being above things and seeing things from a different perspective, which is what I thought about. And just doing that in a way that kind of like glides through everything. I think that would be cool. to be that sugared wagon.
That kind of ties into a conversation I had earlier this week of like, here at Graceful Balance, we give you, when you come in here, we give you that wide view, that above
30,000 foot view. Yeah.
And then we help you
narrow in.
Yeah.
It's easier than whack-a-mole. You're like, oh, I'll try this and then that and then this. When really, if we could just get above it all and see where you're kind of missing puzzle pieces, we can go from there.
Yeah, this was fun today.
Yeah, it was. We had a good time.
Yeah, we'd love to hear from you. What's your Olympic gold medal for? What's your superpower? Coffee or tea?
Yeah.
Any of Let us know any questions this week. DM us, and obviously all of those are kept confidential. We'll just bring them here as our own questions in general, so we won't be calling anybody else. So don't be afraid. That's what I'm saying. Don't be afraid to ask your questions. Right. We love to hear them and love to answer them, and we're so thankful for you being here. And thank you for watching the replay if you're finding us later. Just remember that you don't have to walk your healing journey alone, and that we believe here that healing is holy work.
Amen.
Have a great day, everybody.
Have a great weekend. Happy Valentine's.
Happy Valentine's.